Part 2. Yang Mi, My Daughter Catches Ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 11. Haha, it amused me to death. It turns out that this is what Xiao Shi said about being unqualified. Put aside your personal qualities and enjoy a wicked life. This horse riding is the life motto of that big pig's hoof, right? But when I think about it carefully, it seems that it makes sense to still ride on the horse. I think the second sentence is more reasonable. People nowadays are too busy and easily mentally exhausted. Isn't it a relief to let go? Rather than embarrass yourself, it's better to embarrass others. I really like this ugly and selfish face. I want this too. It's over, it's over. As soon as this big pig's trotter's bad words came out, I suddenly didn't hate him so much. You should hate it, but you still have to hate it. The hatred of taking away your wife is irreconcilable. The most shameless thing is that this guy has a very clear understanding of himself. As long as I am useless, no one can take advantage of you. Who is taking advantage of you? It is absolutely true that he has no ambition. He is also afraid that others will pooh him. I seriously doubt that goddess Mimi was poohed by some god. This man is so bad and shameless, but I like him so much. Good-looking skins are all the same, but interesting souls are only one in a million. This girl can't help but want to compete with Yang Mi for her husband. Upstairs, please wake up. That's De Mimi, right? Tisk, what's wrong with De Mimi? What's wrong with me, Zhao Liang? Hello, Sister Zhao Liang, I am Bai Lu. According to the previous agreement, it should be my turn to dote on my sister, after me, Sister Lu Yifei, and then you. What a mess. I still have Dilraba, first come near water and terrace. Can you guys stop talking nonsense, use someone else's name, and wait in line to be favored by this man? This live broadcast room is completely impossible to watch directly. They are all ghosts, monsters, tigers, and wolf sisters. After Zhou Xi imitated her father and said those words of lying down. Because it resonated so much, it caused an uproar in the live broadcast room. Many of Yang Mi's male fans and male viewers have some intentions of taking a dark turn towards that big pig's hooves. Not to mention female viewers. All kinds of tiger and wolf words came out. She even shouted that she wanted to steal her husband from Yang Mi. Or you can do something small for that man. Let there be chaos in the live broadcast room. And on site. Yang Mi looked at her daughter. Broken and speechless. I can't help but laugh a little. What kind of virtue and ability do I have, to give birth to such a living treasure? No, not just this. There is another big living treasure at home that is even more obscure. Parent-child travel diary. It has been more than an hour since it started. The hot searches about Yang Mi and her daughter have not gone away. A new wave of hot search keywords once again swept through major online platforms, self-media channels, and public accounts. Yang Mi's daughter turned out to be a little genius. She could read and write at the age of 5, read by herself, and knew the Ming tombs very well. Can children really see things that ordinary people can't see with their eyes? Yang Mi's daughter actually said that she saw billowing black smoke above the Ming tombs. Yang Mi's mysterious husband turns out to also like to watch beautiful ladies dance. Sure enough, men are all the same thing. What is it like to have an unreliable husband? Yang Mi's daughter broke the news that this father is so unreliable. Put aside your personal qualities and enjoy a wicked life. Yang Mi's mysterious husband made a famous quote about lying down. Don't tell me, it's quite interesting. Want to know how to eat the soft rice of a beautiful celebrity? Come and follow Yang Mi's mysterious husband and learn how to eat soft rice and eat hard. With a variety of short composition titles, it has become popular throughout the internet. Audiences who originally had little interest in this program, were slowly attracted to it. The number of people in the live broadcast room continues to rise. from more than 500,000, to more than 600,000, and finally to more than 700,000. For a variety show that just started airing for an hour, this is definitely an unimaginable achievement. Yang Mi, My Daughter Catches Ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 12. While Yang Mi and her daughter Zhou Xi were eating and resting, a small emergency meeting is being held not far away. Attending the meeting were the producers, chief director, and others of Parent-Child Travel Diary, regarding the ratings achieved by the show within 1 hour of its launch. They were all a little unbelievable. In particular, the chief director Wang Zhenjiao seriously suspected that he was dreaming. He also pinched his thigh hard and took several breaths of cold air from the pain. At first, when they planned this show, they didn't expect it to be so popular. After all, it is a low-cost, live-streaming parent-child travel slow variety show. There are no competitive events, no funny scripts, and not even much guest interaction. It's very difficult to become popular. That's why they invited Yang Mi and Boss Yang as the first guest. On the one hand, it's because Yang Mi, as a hot and popular actress, has a huge fan base, which is more conducive to publicity. On the other hand, Yang Mi's early marriage is still very explosive. Moreover, her mysterious husband has been well hidden for so many years and has never been photographed, which easily triggers topics. A combination of various factors. I dare not say it's a good start. At least the data from the premiere can be seen, but they never expected it. Yang Mi's daughter is actually so lively, cute, and quirky. He is also very good at putting things together and is a natural comedian. The show has attracted countless fans since it first aired. The data for the premiere reached very early and even exceeded their expectations. When the number of online viewers in the live broadcast room reaches 200,000. In fact, they are already very content. Wang Zhenjiao had already planned to hold a small celebration banquet in the evening to celebrate with everyone. However, the development of things, as well as Zhou Xi's performance, completely exceeded their imagination. The ratings of the program have grown by leaps and bounds, rising and rising again. All the way up to 300,000, 400,000, or even 500,000. What they didn't expect even more was that, even Yang Mi's mysterious husband was so awesome. No one showed up, just made a casual phone call, and got several hot searches for this show. Besides, Zhou Xi's hotspots are all inextricably linked to this mysterious man. Damn big pig hooves. Sorry. Whoever steps on a horse dares to say that someone is a big pig's hooves. Who are we to worry about? This is the great lucky star of our program group, God of Wealth. That's why Chief Director Wang Zhenjiao and others urgently held this small meeting. The purpose of the meeting was also very simple. Let's see if we can invite Yang Mi's husband to participate in this show. Just one phone call caused the show to explode one after another. I'm here. I'm afraid this show is going to blow up. No one had any objection to Wang Zhenjiao's proposal. Passed by unanimous vote by show of hands. The next step is to discuss the issue of that man's notification fee. They had previously invited him through Yang Mi. The notification fee was not too high and was rejected. This time, they are going to spend some money. Even if the announcement fee is the same as that of Yang Mi, the man must be invited over. This amount is very, very considerable. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Yang Mi, My Daughter Catches Ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 13. The meeting started quickly and ended quickly. Even the execution is very fast. Chief Director Wang Zhenjiao came forward in person and came to Yang Mi. After all, it was a live broadcast, so it was inevitable for the staff to appear on camera. Moreover, Wang Zhenjiao is quite famous in the variety show circle. He can be seen in many variety shows. It's just that the previous recording and broadcasting programs can be mosaic if he appears on the scene. There's nothing you can do about live streaming. He could only wear a peaked cap and a pair of big sunglasses, which covered half of his face. Teacher Yang. I have something I want to look into with you. After consultation with our director team, I still want to try inviting your husband to this show again. You see, is it convenient to contact him again? Wang Zhenjiao didn't hide anything. He went straight to the point and expressed his intention. Of course, this speech was also broadcast live. It triggered a heated discussion in the live broadcast room. The program team actually wanted to invite that big pig's hoof to come participating in the show. It seems that they have also received bonuses, and found that the big pig's hoofs are very popular. Everyone is very interested in Wang Zhenjiao's proposal. The barrage is beating crazily, making he is coming, let him come quickly. Whether it is a pure passerby audience or Yang Mi's fanatical male fans, they all want to see what kind of man he is. Can quietly win over Yang Mi and Boss Yang. Huan Xin. He still seems to have a good status in the family. Of course, there are also many female fans. They have been interested in that man for a long time. They want to see what kind of skin is outside this interesting soul. And, what on earth is it? How unreliable and unconventional a father he is. He has raised such a quirky and adorable little girl. Well, Director Wang, I'm afraid this won't work. My family doesn't like to be in public. I wanted him to be the leading male lead in a drama for me before, and I worked hard for a long time. Even taking turns with Reba and the others, they couldn't convince him. Without too much thinking, Yang Mi gave her answer. After all, he is her man. She still knows it very well. It's just Yang Mi's refusal and the information she inadvertently revealed, that made her, the live broadcast room, which was full of discussions, became agitated again. No. This is rejected. Damn, I don't want it. I also want to see what kind of toad it is that eats the flesh of a swan like you. Yes. I still want to have a duel with that big pig's hoof. If you have the guts, let's make him known to the public. What don't you like about being in public? I feel like I just have average looks and average body, Those of you upstairs, please think carefully about what the Mimi said. She once invited that man to play the male lead. How could such a man be so different in appearance and figure? You actually doubt Damami's aesthetics? What kind of international joke are you kidding? This is the famous Boss Yang, and the artists under her are all handsome men and beautiful women with long legs, right? What I want to know even more is whether what Damami meant by soft grinding and hard foaming, is what I understand. This seems to be the second time she has said it. It's okay to rub it hard and soak it hard. As Damami said later, let Reba and the others take turns, it will be more scary. What's the pronunciation of persuasion? It seems to have the same pronunciation as sleep clothes. Damn it. I can't bear to look at it. Can you be more reliable and start racing without warning? I can't bear it. Can I say, do you have a picture of me riding a horse? I'm jealous, and hate that big pig's hoof. As a big fan of Reba, please let me go. We recognized Mimi because of that big pig's hoof, but Reba is still young. Reba is not small, she can compete with Damami. Reba's pair of long, straight, white, and tender legs are even better than Sister Me. Shut up upstairs. I can't bear the evil that God has done to Goddess Mimi. If you dare to eat from the bowl and look at the pot, I will definitely fight him to the death. Absolute. Wang Zhenjiao didn't know about his conversation with Yang Mi. It actually triggered so many discussions among the live broadcast room audience, and started with all kinds of outrageous gods. After being rejected by Yang Mi, he did not give up the idea. I still want to try harder. The notification fee hasn't been mentioned yet. Maybe if I pay a super high notification fee, that man will be swayed. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 14. When I just heard you talking on the phone, I felt that Mr. Joe's personality was quite outgoing and cheerful. Is it because Mr. Joe was not satisfied with the notice fee we paid before? It's our program team's problem. How about this? If Mr. Joe is willing to come now, we can add more notice fees. How about, even the same as yours? Wang Zhenjiao was very confident and showed off his trump card. As one of the 4 hottest stars in the entertainment industry, Yang Mi's advertising fee is definitely a very good figure. The man in her family, as a pure vegetarian, can get for many people. It is undoubtedly a fantasy and a fantasy. If it weren't for this program, it was at its peak at the beginning. More than an hour after the first broadcast, the data exploded. That man contributed a lot to it. The producers and investors will never allow themselves to do this. Wang Zhenjiao's words did not sound very emotional to Yang Mi. On the contrary, the online viewers in the live broadcast room were all shocked beyond measure. Everyone doesn't know how much Yang Mi's notification fee is, but it will definitely not be low. Let that big pig's trotters get the same notice fee as Boss Yang? The program team is crazy. But then I thought about it, the program team also had their own considerations in doing this. Although I can only hear his voice but not see his person. But that man did contribute a lot of highlights to this show. The most important thing is that he also raised such a precious daughter. If he can really play, the #1 spot on the hot search list will definitely be guaranteed. The program team will definitely get more bonuses and traffic. The same notice fee as me. Director Wang, you are really sincere. Unfortunately, the one at home is different from mine. I have loved acting since I was a child. Entering the industry is my personal choice and the motivation for my struggle. And his interests, weird and wide-ranging, not in entertainment at all. Never mind. It's like I'm stopping you, so I sent a message to ask. Yang Mi wanted to refuse again. After all, she knew that stinky man too well, but in order to take care of the chief director's face. After thinking for a moment, she took out her phone and sent a WeChat voice note. Wang Zhenjiao's demands and notification fees were clearly stated. Soon, the other party replied. No, no. Wife, you still don't understand me. Your husband and I have long since washed away all our glory, hiding beauty in the middle. We are indifferent to fame and fortune, just for freedom and ease. The key is, I am a person who is charming, talented, good-looking, and humorous. I'm really afraid that after I become a public figure, I'll steal other people's jobs. I'm also afraid that more and more little sisters will be crazy about me. Long voice bar. Except for the first 2 words that are useful, the rest are all shameless narcissistic remarks. Yang Mi covered her face after hearing this. The audience in the live broadcast room almost collapsed after hearing this. What kind of strange man is this Tama? He said he doesn't like to show off, but whenever he gets a chance, he brags about himself. And this was while knowing that the program was being broadcast live. This guy definitely did it on purpose, shameless, extremely shameless. But shamelessness is shameless, and what this man did is also incomprehensible to everyone. Apart from anything else, this guy really did it when it came to being indifferent to fame and wealth. After all, this show is very popular now. The advertising fee offered by the director team is also really high. The same notification fee as Boss Yang, that's a lot of money. It's just to show your face and travel with your wife and daughter. If it were an ordinary person, I'm afraid they wouldn't refuse. Hesitating for even a second shows disrespect for money. But this man just refused, without any hesitation. he refused. Is this a soft meal of Boss Yang? Has it become a habit? You can eat soft rice but you don't need to eat it so hard. But next. Zhou Shiai's words. Let everyone's three views be refreshed again, and even exploded. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 15. Hear the voice note from the man. The chief director Wang Zhenjiao, who was still confident of winning and smiling all over his face, suddenly had a smile on his face. He was very confident about this matter. In fact, there was no bargaining. He handed over his trump card as soon as he opened his mouth and paid the same announcement fee as Yang Mi. Who would have thought that she would refuse so simply? That. How about I discuss it with the investors and add some more announcement fees? Wang Zhenjiao's head was buzzing, but he was very unwilling. The only way he could think of a turning point was to continue to increase the money. This time, Yang Mi was a little shocked. The director team and management actually thought so highly of that stinky man? Are you willing to pay a higher advertising fee than me, just to let him show his face? The viewers in the live broadcast room are also a little doubtful about life. For an amateur, even if there are explosive points, it is not so exaggerated. But after someone looked at the hot search list, they understood instantly. At this time, major internet platforms, especially Weibo and Douyin, were on the hot search list. About Yang Mi, Yang Mi's daughter, Yang Mi's husband, and the hot search keywords of this show actually accounted for nearly half of the searches. And upon closer inspection, these hot searches are all related to that man. This is very outrageous. Even those who have countless die-hard fans streaming, rarely can it occupy multiple hot search lists at the same time. After thinking about this, everyone understood the operation of Wang Zhenjiao and the program team. At the same time, they were also looking forward to Yang Mi and the Big Pigs Trotter's response. But this time, before Yang Mi could say anything, Zhou Shiai, who had finished eating next to her, spoke in a milky voice. Useless. My dad is not short of money. He is rich and has more personal assets than my mother. As long as he doesn't want to come, no matter how much money you give, it will be useless. Zhou Shiai's words are undoubtedly a bombshell. Exploded in everyone's ears. Isn't that Big Pig's hoof short of money? Do you have more personal assets than Yang Mi? Impossible. Absolutely impossible. It must be a child's nonsense. No one believes this statement even to death. After all, a child who is only 5 years old does not know what is rich or not. You must know that boss Yang Mi Yang has become very popular in the entertainment industry in recent years, and his personal studio is also in full swing. According to incomplete statistics, her personal assets may be in the tens of digits. The most conservative estimate is that it would be around 4 to 5 billion, making her a very rich woman. That man, according to Yang Mi, he was basically a house husband. Where did he get the assets that can be compared with boss Yang Mi Yang? Otherwise, it would be impossible for everyone to spread the rumor that he is a free-spirited pretty boy. Especially Wang Zhenjiao, after hearing Zhou Shiai's words. The whole person felt as if he had been struck by lightning, and felt a little doubtful about life. Is it so outrageous? If that man is really that rich and doesn't want to show his face, don't ask for more notification fees. Even if you pay double, or even 10 times, Yang Mi's notice fee, in the eyes of others, I'm afraid it's not even worth mentioning. As Yang Mi said, she entered the entertainment industry because she loves this career. And that man, obviously doesn't have this obsession. Baby, don't talk nonsense. Why didn't I know your father was so rich? Didn't you see his happy beans? Yang Mi picked up Zhou Shiai and said dumbfounded. It's true that that stinky man is not short of money. According to him, he had tens of millions in savings because he had been trading stocks for a period of time in his early years. but it would be outrageous to say that he is so rich. After being married for so many years, do you still know? Not at all. Babies never lie, anyone who lies is a bad boy. When I was surfing the internet secretly in the study, I once saw his Citibank account. The balance inside is 11 digits. He also has a Swiss bank account, but I haven't logged in, so I don't know how much money is in it. And once, my father took me to a place called Alibaba. A little uncle also said that Dad can be regarded as the richest man in the world. And, one more time, a very beautiful foreign girl came to my father secretly and said she was here to give money. Later she even knelt in front of her father. But the baby suddenly felt very sleepy and went to bed uncontrollably. As if to prove that she was not lying. Zhou Xi was giggling and listed several strong evidences for herself. Now that's it? Yang Mi was stunned. Wang Zhenjiao was stunned. The surrounding staff and photographers, the teacher was stunned. The hundreds of thousands of people in the live broadcast room seemed to have suddenly disappeared. The barrage area and the comment area were completely silent. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 16. In the city account, 11 digits. How much does this riding horse cost? Let me count. No need to count, the amount is tens of billions. That damn big pig trotter is actually a super rich man with a net worth of tens of billions. Impossible. Absolutely impossible, isn't he a house husband? How could he be worth tens of billions? Even if he were beaten to death, I wouldn't believe it. Fake, this must be fake. Xiao Xi must have read too many novels and had an illusion. Although children may not be able to lie, little 11 doesn't look like he is lying. Everyone, you may have made a mistake. If what Xiao Xi said is true, this guy's net worth is far more than just tens of billions. Yes, the 11 digits in Citibank are probably US dollars, not Chinese coins. If converted, it might be 11 digits. In addition, bank deposits are one thing, personal assets are another. Yes, Xiao Xi also said, that big pig's trotter also has a Swiss account with unknown assets. What's even more outrageous is that Alibaba's little uncle, this horse riding, is probably Ma Yunma's father. Papa Ma is certified as the richest man in the world. Then this can't be fake. Even Father Ma probably doesn't have tens of billions of spare money saved in his own bank account. Am I the only one who pays attention to that beautiful foreign lady that Xiao Xi said? Yes, there are foreign beauties coming to give money, this guy also has assets abroad. Crazy, the cliffhanger is that I am crazy, or the world is crazy. In fact, I feel that what the little girl said is very credible. I feel the same way. After all, the man chosen by Boss Yang cannot really be a loser. He must have something unique about him. Damn, what I'm paying attention to is, what did that foreign beauty do when she knelt down? Did Zhou Xi go to bed because she was sleepy, or was she tricked into going to bed by her unscrupulous father because it was inappropriate for children? Damn scumbag. Even if this guy is not a pretty boy, he must be a scumbag. Identification completed. The barrage area and comment area in the live broadcast room. After this blank period, there was an unprecedented explosion. The amount of information contained in the evidence listed by Zhou Xi is really too large. It is so big that ordinary people, I simply can't bear it. I could easily have a net worth of tens of billions, or even more. I wouldn't dare to do this in my wildest dreams. Baby. Are you serious? Are you sure that what you said is not your imagination? Yang Mi's current mood cannot be described in words. The stinky man from her family who does nothing all day, actually has a net worth of at least tens of billions. What an international joke, you are kidding. After being married for so many years, you don't even know? If someone else said this, Yang Mi would just laugh it off and never believe it. It's too absurd. It's really too absurd. But it happened that the person who said this was her own daughter. And she said she was serious and did not look like she was lying at all. She was not usually a liar. This made Yang Mi feel disconnected. She once thought she was dreaming and couldn't tell the difference between reality and illusion. Of course it's true, Mom. It's not my imagination. Such a boring thing, just a bunch of boring numbers. Baby, it's okay. Why are you imagining this? Dad said that money is the most useless thing in the world. You only need it when you have no money. Once you have it, you basically don't need it. Joshi blinked her big eyes and said in an extremely determined tone. Yang Mi was confused and confused. Wang Zhenjiao on the side was even more doubtful about life and almost fell to the ground. It looks like, it seems to be true. Mr. Zhou from Yang Mi's family is actually so rich. What Wang Zhenjiao couldn't accept the most was Zhou Shi's last words. Tens of billions of assets are just a bunch of boring numbers to her? Her father is more excessive, money is the most useless thing? You only need it when you don't have it, but you won't need it after you have it. Isn't this pure bullshit? But if you think about it again, it makes perfect sense. For a moment, Wang Zhenjiao didn't know why he should collapse. It was just the indescribable feeling in his heart that made him feel like he was going to explode, and his head was buzzing. The online viewers in the live broadcast room were even more excited, needless to say. Intense discussions are still going on. Some people believe it, and some people doubt it. There is no way, tens of billions of assets are really far away from ordinary people. In the absence of conclusive evidence, no one can make a decision. The conclusion. What no one expected was that, the conclusive evidence came very soon. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 17. After hearing her daughter's sworn assurance, she was definitely not lying. Yang Mi was so distraught that she almost collapsed. Trying to calm down, Yang Mi took out her mobile phone. Anyway, what can be broadcast and what cannot be broadcast has been broadcast live. Yang Mi has nothing to worry about. She was going to make a phone call to find out what was going on. If you feel happy, clap your hands. If you feel happy, just stamp your feet. If you feel happy, stretch your legs. If you feel happy, let's kiss you. Muma. The phone rang for a while, but no one answered. Instead, it was this magical ringtone that temporarily diverted everyone's attention in the live broadcast room. It sounds boring at first, but it's such a fun ringtone. The most important thing is, this ringtone seems to be Xiao Shi's voice. Many people search the internet and want to set such a ringtone for themselves. After searching for a long time, I couldn't find it, and I was all a little disappointed. We also want Zhou Shi's baby-sounding ringtone. And at this moment, the call finally came through. Hello, wife. I miss my husband again. My husband is flying with the sword, and the signal is not very good. Wait for my husband to find a cloud to rest on. When the call was connected, the voice was still so lazy and full of magnetism. The words were still so absurd and so bad taste. Not to mention Yang Mi. Even the audience in the live broadcast room were used to this big pig. Hoops was talking nonsense. Although the amplification was not turned on this time. The microphone on Yang Mi was still accurate and broadcast all the voices from the other side live. Stop making trouble, I have something serious to talk to you about. Yang Mi resisted the urge to roll her eyes and curse, and interrupted the nonsense of the stinky man opposite. Of course, Yang Mi knew her husband's urinary nature very well. After all these years, she still likes to talk nonsense. She also often says that she is a peerless person. Swordsman, Taoist master. He said that those fantasy fairy tales in movies and TV series are not real. But at this moment, Yang Mi is not in the mood to accompany him to fool around. What's wrong? Wife. Are the program team still unwilling to give up? But I really don't want to participate in a variety show. I'm not used to facing long guns, short cannons, microphones, etc. The man opposite seemed to have guessed something. He put away his playful spirit and became serious. No. Husband, I just received a message suddenly. Did you know that when my studio was first established, I signed a betting agreement? Just now, the performance accounting results came out and my bet failed. Not only was the studio about to be taken away, but it also owed a liquidated damages of 2 billion. Husband, I seem to be going bankrupt. Yang Mi knows very well that the stinky man in her family is not upright at all. If you ask him directly, he will definitely talk to you here and there, and then make you confused. In addition, Yang Mi wants to know, why on earth did this guy lie to himself? Is he afraid that he would ask for money from him? So in the end, Yang Mi was going to treat him the same way as he did. You fooled me, right? Then I will fool you too. As an actor, I don't believe that I can't lie to you. For this reason, Yang Mi said this with half truth and half lies. Her tone was very depressed. Afterwards, she even trembled slightly and cried. Let the audience in the live broadcast room be amazed. He is an actor. If we weren't watching the live broadcast, we would probably believe it. Gambling agreement. Why didn't I know that you signed a gambling agreement? Wife, don't worry. This is nothing. Didn't my husband tell you a long time ago that he is rich? Even if you don't want to work anymore, your husband can still support you. Of course, your husband knows that you like your acting career very much. So, I'll transfer 5 billion to you first. It's up to you to decide whether to register a new company or maintain the original studio operations. The man on the other end of the phone did not expect that Yang Mi would deceive him. His tone was very calm, and he softly comforted Yang Mi's emotions. But in his words, he was about to transfer 5 billion to Yoon Danfan. The gentle tone should not be too inconsistent. This makes everyone have to believe. What Zhou Shii said is probably true. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 18. I'm going crazy when I step on a horse. This damn big pig's hooves is actually a billionaire. Could it be that he was getting high early? I still can't believe it, this is so explosive. And it seems that Damamai herself doesn't even know the truth. What a fart. Damamai's acting skills are so realistic, if he dares to get high now, he will definitely not want to live anymore. When I was so miserable that I couldn't afford to eat, and I was looking for someone to cheat on me when I was 50, they were willing to give me 5 billion. Where is the law of heaven? The world of rich people is indeed beyond my imagination. Why is the gap between people so big? Don't, he is no longer a rich man. Okay, this Tama is a world-class rich man. The rich people around us are not so exaggerated. I heard before that Wang Sikan's father gave him 500 million to start a business, and I was already shocked. Now comes an even more shocking one. Actually, I want to say, this big pig's trotter seems to be quite good to Damamai. Hearing that Yang Mi was bankrupt, he gave 5 billion to his wife without saying a word. Perhaps, this is the reason why people can embrace beautiful women. Sure enough, rich people can do whatever they want. Hearing that the man opposite wanted to transfer 5 billion yuan to Yang Mi directly. The people in the live broadcast room were crushed, envious, and unable to accept the gap in their hearts. Chief Director Wang Zhenjiao stood in front of Yang Mi. I always feel that I am a fool. I have been making trouble for a long time. The clown is actually me? Look at this person's generosity, one mouth is worth 5 billion. I can't bear to see that little announcement fee. Including the surrounding staff. At this time, they were all extremely shocked. They always felt that they and themselves were in two different worlds. The only one who was relatively calm was the child Joshi. She was still eating by herself. Little Cake didn't take any of this seriously. As for Yang Mi herself, the expression on her pretty face at this moment was as wonderful as it could be. Let's just say she was angry, very angry. This stinky man was so rich. And he has kept himself in the dark for so many years. He has turned himself into what the internet calls a hoodwinker. Let's just say he was moved. I was also very moved. After hearing the news that he was bankrupt, this stinky man didn't have any. He complained without any conditions and just wanted to transfer money to himself. He didn't worry about himself at all and coveted his property. He. My dear husband. Shouldn't your wife tell you that you are so rich? If you can't give me a reasonable explanation, you're screwed. Yang Mi said with a smile, but her tone was full of cold murderous intent. The word hiding a knife in a smile was vividly expressed. Ah. This. In fact, I told you before, I am not short of money. Is it Joshi who is talking nonsense again? Wife, you have to take care of her. The man opposite him already sensed something was wrong and wanted to let his daughter take the blame. Stop trying to change the subject with me. You did say that you are not short of money. But you just said that you once speculated in stocks and made tens of millions. But my daughter said. Just in your city account, you have tens of billions. I also met boss Ma Yunma, who was praised as the richest man in the world. In addition, there is a beautiful foreign girl, giving you money. I also need a very detailed and reasonable explanation. What did she do when she knelt in front of you in the end? The more Yang Mi spoke, the angrier she became. Especially at the end, when she talked about foreign beauties, the smell of dynamite in her tone almost overflowed the screen. This stinky man is not good at causing trouble in the country. He has even ridden an ocean horse. Already. Sure enough, it's Joshi, this leaky little cotton-padded jacket. Ahem, that wife, you heard about me. It was indeed in the stock market that I made my first pot of gold. But I was only 7 or 8 years old at the time. After so many years, I can't stay idle forever, right? I just invested in some things later. Anyway, I'm lucky and the rate of return is quite high. I wanted to finish talking to you that time. But after you only listened to a few words, you took me to take a mandarin duck bath. It was so hot in the bathroom, how could I have time to continue talking? The man opposite explained to Yang Mi in an extremely sincere tone. However, after explaining, the topic got sidetracked again for some reason. Shut up. You're rambling on to me again. When I go back, watch how I torture you to extract a confession. Take care of you, you big bastard. Yang Mi interrupted angrily. This stinky man was talking nonsense. After a few words, he hung up the phone quickly. He couldn't do it without hanging up. The man started again, using nonsense to change the subject. What about a mandarin duck bath? What a hot topic. If he continues talking, who knows what shocking news will be revealed. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 19. Ah. Just kill me. What did this guy just say? I made my first pot of gold in the stock market at the age of 7 or 8, tens of millions. When I was 7 or 8 years old, I was still peeing and playing in the mud. Should the gap between people be so big? I finally know why Xiao 11 is such a genius when he is only 5 years old. Her unreliable father seems to have been so unreliable since childhood. This genetic gene is too powerful. I started stock trading at the age of 7 or 8 and made tens of millions. Don't be too outrageous. In fact, I want to know more about what he invested in that can make him worth tens of billions now, maybe even hundreds of billions or more. This is what China's Buffett Bent is talking about. I have long heard that real rich people are not on the so-called rich list. I have learned a lot this time. There is no way to say it again in the future. That guy is just a freeloader. I didn't expect that he was actually richer than the goddess Mimi. This time it should be said that Yang Mi married into a wealthy family. And it's a super wealthy family. Mandarin duck bath? Bathroom. Angry, these words are so harsh, and my heart hurts so much. Woohoo, jealousy makes people look beyond recognition. I also want to become a multi-billionaire. Isn't the Mandarin duck bath a normal operation? They are a legal couple, right? Humorous, talented, and rich. I also want to have such a man. I can take a bath with him every day. Even if I am an obedient little dog, I am willing to do it. Sisters upstairs, please be more reserved. In addition, if your dream comes true, please give me some help. I can be a kitten, like a sweet and controllable white-haired lady. The number of viewers in the live broadcast room is increasing, and the barrage area and comment area are increasingly breaking through the bottom line. All kinds of tiger and wolf words frequently hit the screen. Of course, there are many people who have been so badly beaten that they can only vent their frustrations in the comment area. And Wang Zhenjiao, who was at the scene, was also shocked. Completely understand the reality. There is no doubt that I am indeed the Taihan Han. What a face. He even thought about spending money to invite an invisible rich man with a net worth of tens of billions to participate in the show. Ahem. Excuse me, excuse me. Just pretend I haven't been here. Wang Zhenjiao covered his face. He felt as depressed as he wanted, and he collapsed as much as he wanted. I'm sorry. Director. My family is so shameless. This is the first time I know about these things. Yang Mi was a little embarrassed and explained to Wang Zhenjiao. It's okay, no problem. Mr. Zhou probably likes to keep a low profile. It's that we want too much. After saying that, Wang Zhenjiao waved his hand and was about to turn around and leave. But at this moment, Yang Mi's cell phone rang again. After looking at the caller ID, Yang Mi answered the call. Hello, Sister Zheng. Why are you free today and calling me? Hearing the name Yang Mi, those who know her a little should be able to guess who the person on the other side of the phone is. Zheng Xia. The chairman and general manager of Jiaxing Media. He is also Yang Mi's immediate boss. Her personal studio is affiliated to Jiaxing Media. Mimi, don't call me that. From now on, I will call you Sister Mi, or my boss lady. To be honest, the real boss of our company is not me. I just received a notification. From now on, you will be the chairman of our company. There are any gambling agreements or something like that, we really don't have one. Now that you have time, you must explain this matter clearly to Mr. Zhou. Otherwise many of us will suffer. The voice came from the phone. Yang Mi was stunned on the spot, and her mind went blank. The audience in the live broadcast room, as well as Wang Zhenjiao, who was just about to leave, were also completely confused. Yang Mi directly became the chairman of Jiaxing Media? This was too sudden. But soon, everyone came back to their senses and thought of the key person in this matter. That damn big pig hoof, over there. As soon as his personal assets were exposed, Jiaxing Media was about to change. Besides him, who else could be controlling all this? Temporary acquisition is absolutely impossible, and it won't be so fast at all. Then there is only one truth. GXing Media was originally a company owned by someone else. However, he had been hiding in the dark before and had not been exposed. Now, his personal net worth has been discovered by Yang Mi. He simply stopped pretending and went straight to a showdown. Yang Mi, my daughter catches ghosts. Scared millions of viewers. Author, Tianyi Madman. Chapter 20. He suddenly transformed and became the chairman of GXing Media. Yang Mi was so surprised that she couldn't calm down for a long time. There were really too many things that happened on this day. That stinky man refreshed his understanding of him again and again. At the same time, Yang Mi was also very angry. How dare you say that I have been working for my man for so many years? He's sitting at home, doing nothing, just taking the performance share he turned in? This guy did it on purpose. Teacher Yang, congratulations, congratulations. You are now a veritable boss Yang. Your Mr. Joe is truly a magical being. Too low-key. Now that everyone has caught up, of course Wang Zhenjiao has to congratulate Yang Mi in person. It's just that he just finished his congratulations. His cell phone also rang. After saying sorry, Wang Zhenjiao went to the side to answer the phone, and the live broadcast here continued. After all, Wang Zhenjiao didn't bring a microphone, so everyone couldn't hear the content of his phone call. Not much interest either. However, not long after, Wang Zhenjiao scratched his head and came to Yang Mi again. I just received a call from the CEO of Core Media. Speaking of Core Media, it is also one of Mr. Joe's branches. When you're free, you'll be ready to take over. It is said that in addition to this, there are several media companies, including the owners of this program, who also want you to take over the show. That is to say, you are our boss now. Wang Zhenjiao spoke word by word, trying to control his emotions and sort out his words. He is really confused now. He ate a melon on his own head, and it was a shockingly big melon. Who would have thought that his own company was also controlled by that man? Including this variety show, they are all produced by Yang Mi herself. Well. All right. I see. Let me calm down first. A series of explosive messages came too suddenly and fiercely. Yang Mi is a little numb now. The online viewers in the live broadcast room were also tortured so much that they almost lost the energy to envy, and hate. We're just watching a variety show. Who knows what we have been through, especially those die-hard male fans of Yang Mi. It turned out to be a big pig's hooves that killed one person in one mouthful. A pretty boy who eats soft rice one bite at a time. She is not worthy of her own big goddess Mimi. Feeling wronged and getting married or something. Now the truth is exposed. They only felt their faces burning with pain. At the same time, a new wave of hot searched news essays once again went viral on major online media platforms. Can you believe that Yang Mi's mysterious husband is actually a billionaire, with a net worth of at least tens of billions? After being married for many years, who would have thought that Yang Mi has been working for herself? GXing Media, Core Media, etc. Many entertainment companies and venture capital companies have changed the world together. No one would dare to write a novel like this. After many years of marriage, Yang Mi discovered that her husband was actually the boss behind the scenes. As expected of Yang Mi, she has lived the life I dreamed of. She must have been given the heroine script since she was born. Because of this incident, it gave the already poor person a seat on the hot search list. Several more have been reduced. About Yang Mi. About Zhou Xi. The hot searches about the mysterious Mr. Joe are almost killing the list.